You just watched an explosive new episode of This Is Us, and it is not over just yet. Tonight at 11, an inside look at Sterling Brown's life. He also gives us the scoop on his role playing Randall. And also another exciting story for you tonight, an exclusive one-on-one interview with the first family of Florida football.
That's right. I sat down with Dan and Megan Mullen. We're going to talk family, their love story, and returning to the swamp. Plus, terror on the tracks. An Amtrak passenger train slamming into a freight train in South Carolina. A local father and another man killed in that crash. And tonight, you're going to hear from passengers who were on that train.
Always on your side. This is First Coast News at 11.
I was thrown out of the chair, and this was hurting, and I couldn't get up. Someone helped me get up. My husband was thrown down the aisle, so he was stretched out on the aisle.
We begin tonight with that deadly train accident in South Carolina. An Amtrak passengers train slamming into a freight train parked on the tracks. 2 Amtrak crew members losing their lives, one of them a local father. Thank you for staying up late with us. I'm Anthony Austin.
And I'm Heather Crawford. We're glad you're with us. Now, crews could be seen just rushing to the scene of mangled rail cars. Thousands of gallons of gas spilling everywhere. And as we mentioned, 2 Amtrak workers were killed, including 36-year-old Michael Sella. Sella is from Orange Park. He was the conductor. To respect his family's wishes, we've decided not to show his picture.
And we have live team coverage for you tonight. Nick Perot has reaction from passengers who were on that Amtrak train and are now safely back in Jacksonville tonight. But we begin with Jeff Vallon with the very latest. And Jeff, according to the NTSB, the Amtrak train was on the wrong track.
Yeah, that is right, Anthony. The NTSB is investigating tonight, and our sister station in Columbia has confirmed through the safety board that a switch on the track had been left in the wrong position, leading the Amtrak train to crash into the Freightliner.
We've had a train derailment. It's a train-on-train collision.
A scene of mangled metal amidst a giant heap of confusion. President Trump tweeted out his thoughts and prayers for the victims. Survivors were taken to nearby hospitals for treatment. Now, this was the second deadly crash involving an Amtrak train in just recent days. Some 200 Republican members of Congress were able to walk away from a crash in Virginia Wednesday that killed the driver of a garbage truck at a crossing. And in December, you might remember, 3 people were killed when an Amtrak train derailed in Washington state. Investigators say that train was traveling 80 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. Now, looking back at 2016, 260 people were killed, 842 injured by train derailments in the U.S. that year. The NTSB chairman is already saying today's crash would not have happened if an automated safety system called Positive Train Control had been in use. Congress mandated PTC in 2008 with a deadline of the end of 2015. Perhaps fatefully, that deadline was later extended to the end of this year. Our team coverage continues tonight with Nick Perot joining us live from the Amtrak station on the northwest side of Jacksonville. Nick.
Jeff, good evening. Spoke with some passengers that arrived here by bus from South Carolina. As you can imagine, shaken up, but also frustrated. Plenty of questions from them for both CSX and Amtrak this evening.
I've never seen anything in my entire life like this. Bodies everywhere.
And all I know is I went back over there and they said, if you got your luggage and you've been to the hospital, you got to get on this bus and go to Jacksonville. And so that's where we are now.
And back out here live, questions that still remain for these passengers as they now go on their separate way. Reporting live tonight outside of Amtrak, Nick Perot, First Coast News, on your side.
Nick and Jeff, thank you, and stay with First Coast News for the very latest on this still developing story, both on air and online.
Right now, JSO is investigating a homicide near the St. John's Town Center. JSO has only released some very basic details. They tell us that one adult was found shot and killed inside of the Extended Stay America Hotel. That's near the corner of Gate Parkway and Skinner Lake Drive. We don't have any information yet on a possible suspect, but we will update you on air and on firstcoastnews.com as we learn more. Almost 5 years after one of the city's most lurid and tragic crimes, the man accused heads to trial. Donald Smith was charged with kidnapping and killing 8-year-old Cherish Periwinkle in June of 2013. He was a registered sex offender at the time. Some 800 jurors have been told to report to the Duval County Courthouse tomorrow for all cases. 300 of them just for the Smith trial. If convicted, he faces either life in prison or death sentence. Jury selection is expected to last about 3 days. And another high-profile trial we're continuing to follow begins in just over a week. Gloria Williams will soon be back in court.
And Williams is accused of kidnapping a newborn baby 19 years ago from a Jacksonville hospital and raising that baby as her own in South Carolina. Williams has pleaded not guilty, and yesterday a judge ruled that almost all records in her case will be made public. That trial begins Monday, February 12th, and we'll have complete coverage from the courthouse. And while Williams awaits her legal fate, the young woman at the center of the story is adjusting to her new life. Tomorrow night on First Coast News at 11, Kamaya Mobley speaks one-on-one with our Keitha Nelson on the year anniversary of her return to Jacksonville.
What I've been through is hard, but not hard enough for me to, be sad all the rest of my days. And my future is only gonna get better. That's it.
And learn what she wants to see happen to Williams and hear intimate details about the relationship Kamaya has with her birth mother. Some people call me Kamaya. The exclusive interview tomorrow night at 11, only on First Coast News.
From the Farrah and Farrah Sports Desk, it's First Coast Sports.
Hello, everybody. An instant classic in Minneapolis tonight as the New England Patriots and the Philadelphia Eagles squared off in Super Bowl 52. The Patriots trying to win their 6th Super Bowl while the Eagles was trying to win their first. Let's get straight to the highlights, my friend. Oh, it was a good one up in the Twin Cities. Nick Foles, the backup quarterback, former backup quarterback. He just started next year. He's going to hook up with Corey Clement. 22-yard touchdown grab. Foles 28 of 43, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. The Eagles flying high by 10. But here come the defending world champs, the Pats. That's Brady to Gronk. Brady 505 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. It is now Patriots leading by 1. Fourth quarter, Patriots down yet again by 5. Can they do it again? Get Tom Brady some cough medicine because he just coughed that one up. And the Eagles hang on to win their first Super Bowl in franchise history, a final 41-33. Nick Foles, your Super Bowl MVP.
I felt calm. I mean, we have such a great group of guys, such a great coaching staff. We felt confident coming in, and, we just went out there and played football. We've played this game since we were a little kid. We've dreamed about this moment. There's plenty of kids watching this game right now dreaming about this moment. Someday we'll be here. And to be here with my daughter, my wife, my family, my teammates, this city, we're very blessed.
So congratulations to the Eagles as they will fly. Eagles fly high. More complete highlights and reaction a little later in sports.
Well, for years, Tim Tebow ate Thanksgiving dinner at Dan and Megan Mullen's house. That's because for the Mullens, football is more than a game, it's family.
It is family, and I sat down with them for their first interview together as the first family of Florida football. And the first thing they said to me is it's great to be a Florida Gator.
It's just like it was meant to be, we're home.
Why did they choose Coach Mullen? No matter what the high or what the low is from game day, with the stress and everything that you deal with, when you go home to the family, you're still just dad.
Such a precious, precious family. We spent Saturday with the Mullens in Gainesville, and talk about a jam-packed schedule, blending family and football. They attended 3 basketball games for their kids, followed by a recruiting luncheon, and then an appearance at the UF men's basketball game. So they go nonstop all the time, and I can tell you, they are all committed to making the Gator football program the best it can be.
And of course, we hope that they have a great season. I love their personalities. It seems like
they're
you
so much fun.
Spend the day hanging out with them.
So down to earth, absolutely.
That is awesome. Thank you, Heather. Well, still ahead, Sterling Brown like you've never seen him before. After the break, Brown talks about his personal life and his role on This Is Us.